This episode is brought to you by Bumble, who says Valentine's Day is just for couples. Just because you're not in a relationship doesn't mean you can't get out there and live your best love life. That's where Bumble comes in. This February 14th, you can flip the script and give those relationshipers a friendly dose of FOMO. Say no to staying in this Valentine's Day and yes to more. More dates, more first kisses, more gossip for the group chat girlies. Do Valentine's your way. Date now on Bumble.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2068. Dating Dilemmas of Smart, Successful Women. 5 Crucial Keys for Overcoming Rejection. By Dr. Diana Kirschner of lovein90days.com. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in once again. My name is Greg Audino. I am your host and narrator, and I am grateful to be here with you once more, sharing a post that can help you strengthen your relationships. And though the title of this one is pretty specific, I think you'll find that it teaches us all a lot about overcoming rejection in different scenarios. So do listen closely as we optimize your life. Dating Dilemmas of Smart, Successful Women. 5 Crucial Keys for Overcoming Rejection. By Dr. Diana Kirschner of lovein90days.com. Scenario 1. You meet someone who seems amazing. You can tell he's really into you. A few more totally amazing dates go by, each one better than the first, and you can't help it. But you've already started to fall hard. And then, bam! He sends a text saying he's not ready for a relationship. You wonder, was it because he found out about my crazy family? Did I chew my food weird on the last date? How come he indicated that we had a future? Clearly something changed his mind. Scenario 2. You go out on a limb and write the cute guy who kept looking at you on that online dating site. And you wait. And you wait. Surely if he kept looking at you, he must be interested. Yet, after a few days go by, it becomes clear he is not going to write back. You wonder, was it something I wrote? Why did he abandon me? Scenario 3. You think you've met the love of your life. Perhaps you've been together for months or years. And then he breaks it off, telling you he just isn't ready. You're left dissecting your entire relationship. And you wonder, how did I not see this coming? Did I do something wrong? What can I do to get him back? Any of these situations resonate with you? If so, you're not alone. Rejection is something that happens to everyone, and it's not fun. It certainly doesn't feel good to invest energy in someone, to get your hopes up, only to have them hurt you. Rejection can take such a toll that it can become tempting to put up walls or stop dating altogether. And let's face it, it's hard not to take it personally. Here's the thing. Rejection is an inherent risk you take when you put yourself out there in any area of life. You cannot get what you want in life, career, and love without risking rejection. While there's no way to avoid it completely, there are things to keep in mind that will make it much easier for you to overcome it when it does happen. Number 1. Rejection says absolutely nothing about your worth. Truly. Ask yourself, does this person know the real you? Most likely not. It takes years to really know someone. If someone rejects you after a few dates, they haven't even scratched the surface. If they don't write you back, then they really don't know you. And if you've been together for some time, that person walking away is acting that way because of growing in a different direction. So don't add to the pain by buying into the myth that rejection means something about you. Number 2. Remember, the rejecter likely has his or her own stuff. Trust me when I say this. I have logged countless hours coaching people with deeply entrenched commitment issues and dead-end dating patterns. Sometimes your love interest may be so immersed in his or her own stuff that they will repeat the same patterns with the next several women, no matter how amazing each of them are. Number 3. Remember, every no brings you closer to your yes. Dating is a numbers game. Each person is another stepping stone. Imagine what it would be like to think, why thank you for removing yourself from my path so I can move on to find the right one. And it's true. Number 4, you don't want him anyway. Yes, I know you are feeling pain, When someone you care about ends a relationship or declines to start one, the loss of the relationship or potential relationship is painful. But think of it this way. If someone isn't stepping up or isn't ready for a relationship, then any relationship you start with this person will be a fraught with back and forth drama. The love of your life doesn't leave. Plus, the guy was just plain nuts to not see how amazing you are. It's his loss. And number 5, see this as an opportunity to become an even more amazing you. Although rejection is not personal, it does offer us a chance to evaluate and grow. For example, we often have certain dead-end dating patterns we unconsciously use to protect ourselves from getting hurt in love, but they can also push people away. All the frogs who walk away are growth agents, which help prepare you for the right guy. Someday you'll look back and thank that guy who wasn't ready for a relationship, because his walking away made you reevaluate the kinds of guys you were choosing and inspired you to work on your confidence. Without that experience, you wouldn't have been ready for your meeting with the right one. You just listened to the post titled, Dating Dilemmas of Smart, Successful Women, 5 Crucial Keys for Overcoming Rejection, by Dr. Diana Kirschner of loveiN90days.com, and I'll be back with my commentary right after this.
This episode is brought to you by Bumble, who says Valentine's Day is just for couples. Just because you're not in a relationship doesn't mean you can't get out there and live your best love life. That's where Bumble comes in. This February 14th, you can flip the script and give those relationshippers a friendly dose of FOMO. Say no to staying in this Valentine's Day and yes to more. More dates, more first kisses, more gossip for the group chat girlies. Do Valentine's your way. Date now on Bumble.
Now, there's a lot of talk about New Year's resolutions right now, and most of them revolve around either a healthier lifestyle or freeing up some time for ourselves. Why not both? Get started on your resolutions with Factor, so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. And what I really like is that when things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. So head to factormeals.com/optimal50, that's optimal50, and use code optimal50 to get 50% off. That's code optimal50 at factormeals.com/optimal50 to get 50% off.
And thank you so much to Dr. Diana for this one. Really a nice article for anyone who's struggling with and trying to make sense of rejection. Obviously, this focuses on the rejection a woman might face when things don't pan out as she might have hoped romantically with a man. But so many types of rejection have similarities, especially when it comes to what we might take away from it. And to me, this was really well encapsulated in Dr. Diana's final point about seeing rejection as an opportunity to become a better you. And mind you, this doesn't have to look any particular way. In fact, our growth might be hindered if we demand ourselves to have a specific outcome as a result of it. Like, if this guy rejected me, that means that now I can prepare myself to meet an absolutely perfect one. Obviously, yeah, this type of empowerment and vision can be helpful. But what I'm suggesting is that we can release ourselves from these ideas about how our outer world will look and instead focus on the fact that rejection can make us generally more thick-skinned, or more independent, more capable, more wise, etc. Rejection, like any struggle, can help us evolve into someone who just navigates the world a little bit more purposefully and intentionally. So remember that the growth will be there, even if it doesn't end up looking the way you asked for it to look. But with that, we are going to sign off for today, folks. I thank you again for always tuning in and making this episode possible. We couldn't do this without you. If you've still got some listening left in you, feel free to check out the other shows in our network, which you can find by typing Optimal Living Daily into your feed. But if you are done for the day, then I sure hope you come back and join us again tomorrow for another post. That's where your optimal life awaits.